Hey guys, I'm back for another vlog on my VSG vertical sleeve gastrectomy journey. Can you believe it? Today is March the 8th, 2021, and I am 8 weeks in post-op now. And so I got a few things on my mind that I wanted to discuss, mostly now that I've emerged out of the liquid diet and purees and eating solid food again. Just a few things to talk about with that, and also the overall weight loss endeavor. Unfortunately, things are going very slowly at this point. The transition to solids has slowed my weight loss quite a bit. I think within the last 2 weeks, I've only lost maybe 3 pounds. So, um, of course, within that 2 weeks, I've worked midnight shifts, and I've been hosting to some of my friends here who have never been to South Florida before. I've been taking them around, showing them the sights. So I've had a full house, to say the least. So just great getting to see my friends. It's been a long year with COVID, and thankfully, everyone's healthy. Everyone's good. Everyone loved the visit. So I had a great time. I walked a lot. I've been getting right around 10,000 steps in. One day I went to Zoo Miami. I thought I was gonna die because it was hot, and it was just walking around so much, over 6 miles. Whenever I was on a normal diet and I was actually weighing more, I actually got around a lot better. But because my calorie restriction, I think, is so low, it's made me a little bit weaker. So I have to sit and wait, and just it becomes painful after a while of walking. So and all at once like that at the zoo, it really took its toll. And so uh, things like that, I'm starting to notice with the lower restricted calorie or caloric intake, that is becoming, well, not necessarily an issue, but I do notice I'm a little bit weaker when it comes to that. So, um, this is something to think about. Don't push yourself too hard. I think there was a time or two in there where I thought I was Superman. I could do everything, when in reality, I just was a little bit too weak. So, remember, stay hydrated. For me, I was drinking bottles upon bottles of water, but I was still dehydrated. Um, so make sure, if you are outside, going into the warm season here coming up pretty soon, you want to make sure that you stay hydrated coming into those long, hot summer months that are just around the corner. So, keep your water bottle with you. Also, don't forget to eat. Here lately, that's not been a problem. I've been eating 2 to 3 meals per day, still right around 500 to 800 calories per day. I notice I am eating a little bit more, but not much. There's not much that I can consume. Like, for example, last night I ordered some Chinese food. I ordered shrimp and broccoli, which is fairly low carb. I think the sauce may have a bit higher carb content, but overall, shrimp and broccoli is pretty good in terms of staying on the low carb on the low carb bandwagon. And I ate last night like maybe two shrimp and like two or three small pieces of broccoli, and then I took the remainder of that in for lunch today. Had 2 pieces of shrimp and 3 pieces of broccoli, and that filled me up. Like the shrimp, the protein was pretty large. There were pretty large pieces of shrimp, but like I would eat, and then I just feel like I just like ate Thanksgiving, like 2 or 3 plates of Thanksgiving feast. And that's pretty standard for me. If I order a sandwich, I'll take off the bread and eat the inside of the sandwich, and then that's all I can eat. Just whatever. I go to Panera and get a turkey Bravo. I'll eat the turkey and the cheese, and I can eat that. But then even after that, even if it's a small portion, I still feel just like I overate. So And your brain doesn't get those signals right away. So eating slow is a huge deal for me. Living an active life where I'm constantly on the go, that's not the easiest thing to do. I just want to get to the meal, move past it, and move on. And that's not a good thing because after, eating really quickly, the only way that I know that I'm getting full is it starts, feels like it's backing up to my esophagus. So that is a clue before my brain gets to signal that, hey, I'm full, stop eating. That is my only clue that, hey, I need to stop whenever I start feeling like, I'm starting to get a little backed up there. So I've had a couple of questions about going to the restroom. Yeah, you're not eating as much, so you're not going to the bathroom as much. The problem that I'm facing is that is the case where I could go multiple days, 3, 4, 5 days without going to the bathroom. And then this is a really crappy topic, I know, but just hear me out. We've got to get through this. It is part of it. But literally a crappy topic. Sorry, guys. I do apologize. But again, we got to get through this. So the thing is, when I do go, there's a lot of cramping beforehand, and that's how I know. Okay, this is it's time. The cramps are quite severe, and they come at the worst possible times. Usually, I mean that's life. Either when I'm trying to sleep or when I'm at work. So you really can't schedule your life around it. You don't know when it's going to happen. It just happens. And it is, at least for me, quite painful. So that is something that I'm thinking about. I dislike it, but it's just something I've got to get used to. Hopefully, in the end, it works out to be a little bit better in terms of timing and that sort of thing. Now, that being said, again, with the weight loss, I feel like I'm more in a plateau than I am losing because it has slowed down so much. And so, I mean, I'm doing the exercise, I'm still watching what I'm eating, but, there's obviously something going on. And I'm not quite sure what it is, why my body is taking so much time to, not necessarily heal or recuperate from the surgery, but to adjust to my new eating habit, my new style of eating, which of course is low carb and also very restricted. So I don't know if switching to solids, it made my brain think, okay, well, we're getting food again. We can have food whenever we want. Excuse the car alarm going off in the background. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but yeah, I have ADHD or ADD, and if I hear that, it throws me off. But I don't know if it's the change to solid food or what that has confused my body, but my body is definitely not dropping the weight like other people have. So, and I know everyone's journey is different. I'm trying to make sure that I'm still on track. Eventually, it has to work out because to only have 500 to 800 calories per day, you have to, be losing. You're gonna have to pull, energy from something, and the only thing that is available is what I have stored in fat, in body fat. So it has to go at some point, but it just seems like it's taking forever. And again, as I've mentioned, I'm a millennial, so it's just one of those things where I'm impatient. But it just seems like looking at the graph of my weight loss, it just seems like I'm more so in that plateau, or in a plateau, not losing but not gaining, and it's just flatlined. And I'm just gonna give it some more time. That's all I can do. At this point, I don't know of anything, any other way to, augment my eating pattern, my eating habit. Can't be any more restricted than it already is. Again, 2 to 3 meals per day, Again, not being able to eat much. Again, 2 pieces of shrimp and 3 pieces of broccoli for a meal, that's really not that much. So it is discouraging. So it's kind of been beating me up mentally. Like, I'm wondering, is it genetics? Is it, what could it possibly be? Why am I struggling so bad right now? Just this short amount of time after surgery, why am I struggling right now? And I have no answer. I thought about contacting the doctor to see what he thought, but I'm fairly reluctant to do that because I'm pretty sure I know what he's going to say. It's just going to take time. You got to be patient. And again, I am impatient, so that's probably my biggest issue. But again, mentally, it's just beating me up. I walk, been walking, been exercising, especially like when I said I went to the zoo, I went to the beach, went down to the Keys where I walked over 10,000 steps, and then the scale didn't move, and it hasn't moved, and that was over a week ago. So I don't know. I don't really know what's going on. Part of me thinks, well, this is it. I'm only going to drop 60 pounds after the surgery, and I'm just going to maintain this weight. But that would end up being a failure because the calculation showed with my starting weight, I should get down to right around anywhere between 250 and 280 within the first 18 months, with most of that being the first 6 months. And, we're approaching month 2 after the surgery, and I'm flatlined. And I have been flatlined more times than not. So, but anyway, we'll talk about the numbers here real quick. So, as most of you know, if you've seen the vlogs, I started out at a BMI of 60. I'm down to 52. I definitely see it in my face now. I have noticed I have lost weight. So that's an easy thing to notice for sure. I see it in my clothes. I judge how far the steering wheel is away from my gut. That has, I definitely see my body's decreased in size. And in terms of percentages, I'm 15% smaller than I was on December 28th. So, that helps lift me up. But day to day, every single day, I see the scale just staying the same. And that's been really the kick in the kick in the stomach, or the punch in the gut that just I'm having a lot of trouble with right now. But it's good. I'm staying on the diet because I know I have a feeling that it's going to break eventually. I just wish that I could get past that, and I just wish that my digestive issues would get a little bit better. Then some nausea. I've been getting bouts of nausea here and there. I did have one episode where I actually did vomit, not from overeating, but what happened was I ate pretty late, falling into that bad habit again, and I learned my lesson from it because I ate, and then I was so tired after a midnight shift. I wanted to go to sleep, so I laid down, and whatever was in my stomach came back because I laid down. So word to the wise, if you eat, don't lie down. I'd actually waited for about 45 minutes. I thought I was good. I wasn't good. At least eat 2 hours before you go to bed. Otherwise you'll have issues. So hopefully my next vlog I'll have better news. Hopefully I'll be more upbeat. Right now I just feel I'm tired. I'm kind of beaten. Work's getting hectic. It's been hectic. Got so much stuff to do there. So it's just one thing after another here with that. But anywho, that's all I have today. Again, 8 weeks in, almost 2 months post-op. Yeah, that's all I have to share. Hope you guys have a good one, and I will see you guys on the next vlog. Bye.